Attrition warfare is a military strategy by which one side attempts to down the enemy to the point of collapse through continuous losses in personnel and equipment.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight! This is where they die! Give them nothing, but take from them everything! Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Hello gamers, Laufenstein here with 5 tips to make you a more efficient demon in Evil Dead. These tips have worked for me against both average and amazingly efficient gamers, so I knew that they would be worth sharing with the community. Before we hop into the tips, I wanted to thank you all so much for supporting me here on YouTube. It's been extremely fulfilling making content people enjoy, and I'm excited for the future. If you want to see more Evil Dead or asymmetrical content, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel to stay in the loop. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or would like to see something specific. Alright, let's get into the tips. Tip number 1. Ash Minis. Ashes steal items, ammos, shemcolas, matchsticks, etc. It seems pretty RNG and might steal ammo from a weapon that survivor's not using, but efficient gamers will share ammunition with each other for the other survivor's specific weapons. The case could be made for using the hand, but I think stealing items is much better since it takes survivors time to gather the items in the first place. Less items means weaker survivors. Tip number 2. As soon as you get a notification of where the survivors are, go to them and never stop messing with them. You'll slow them down, causing resources to be used, and you'll also level up, making you a stronger demon. Remember, survivors only level up from looting chests and finding pink F. You'll lose every single fight until the last fight, so never give up hope. Tip number 3. So this section is all about who to focus in a fight. The first person that I'll focus is Cheryl. Cheryl is always the main focus. Good teams will give Cheryl their shemcolas. When Cheryl drinks a shemcola, she heals her entire team, and she also has an active ability that can heal her team for free. Forcing her to use colas to heal herself will consume resources. When Cheryl is down or out of the match, it will force other team members to use their shemcolas, further consuming resources. After Cheryl, I go after Evil Dead 1 Ash. Evil Dead 1 Ash has a passive heal when he heavy swings. It's not as strong or as useful as Cheryl's, but it's still good because it can keep survivors alive. His active ability will remove fear, and it's very strong. If it's used well, it will keep teams in a state where they can't be possessed. We want to possess the hunters whenever we can because the hunters can deal a stupid amount of damage, and hunters are also extremely evasive, making them hard to fight in one-on-one combat. After that, I'll go after Pablo. Pablo can generate amulets, which isn't too scary in a fight since I think it takes him about 2 minutes to generate an amulet, but he's squishy and easy to kill, meaning he'll give us a lot of experience very fast. After the support is out of the way, or if there isn't a support in general, I'll go after leaders. Leaders are the next priorities. If the team has more hunters or seemingly better guns, then go for Annie because her active ability boosts the damage of all ranged weapons. If the team is more melee focused or has good melee weapons, down Arthur because his active ability boosts the damage of melee weapons. Next, I'll go for Leader Ash. His active ability affects Balance Bar, which can incapacitate you, making you more susceptible to taking damage as you can't move. Where this is not as bad or as worrisome as Annie or Arthur's ability, targeting Leader Ash in a fight is good for an easier down compared to a tanky warrior or a flighty hunter. Remember, downs and kills are both separate sources of experience, and trying to save lives costs resources. So going for weaker characters is often more ideal. If the supports are down and the leaders are down, then next I'll go for warriors. Scotty's up first. Scotty doesn't know, but he is the weakest of the warriors in my opinion and has less health, less armor, doesn't do recoil damage like Henry, doesn't restore health like Warrior Ash, or become invincible like Henry. If Scotty has an axe, he has the chance to deal very heavy damage, making him better than perhaps Henry, but he is still manageable. If Scotty's down or not in the match, then I'll go for Henry. Henry is tankier than Scott, but nowhere near as troublesome as Warrior Ash. If the leader and the support are down, go for him until you see him use his active ability. If his ability is active, he will be invincible, so just switch to another target or just unpossess the demon that you're currently possessing if you're low on infernal energy, and just go and gather some more energy. And lastly, Warrior Ash. Warrior Ash is by far the strongest tank. However, he's a better target because a hunter can just continuously dodge and shoot you. Warrior Ash will still be whooping down on you, but as long as you're hitting him, he's going to have to regenerate by using amulets or health. Hunters can just dodge you for free using stamina. Alright, and then very last on the list are the hunters. Ideally, with the supports dead, you would be able to possess one of the hunters to help you kill the remaining members of the team. However, you want to be in a position where hunters are probably the last people alive. And this is the order in which I'll fight hunters if there's multiple hunters on the team. First up, I'll go after Ed. Ed doesn't have any combat-specific active abilities, so if you're between two hunters, I would choose him first. Next, I'll go after Ash. Ash will be able to knock you out of possession every 60 seconds. It's a pain in the butt to deal with, but so is his flightiness and combat prowess. Amanda. If Amanda is on the team, she can activate her ability to have infinite ammo, which makes her very deadly. And lastly, I go after Kelly. Kelly has infinite dodging, so attacking her last is good because as soon as you target her, she's going to use her ability. You can maybe fake target her first so she'll waste her ability, and then you can go after the other hunter if there's multiple hunters alive. There are two caveats, or two exceptions that I want to make. The first thing is not everybody is equally great at the game, and not everybody is an absolute master. You're going to have some fights early on. You'll be able to tell who is good and who is bad, right? Some people are better players than others. For example, one of the last matches that I played, there was somebody playing Evil Dead 2 Ash, and he was a lot easier for me to hit than, say, the Scotty on the team. He just wasn't dodging, and he was taking a lot of damage. So I ended up killing him before I killed anybody else on the team, just because he just seemed newer to the game. So this is a general guideline if you're not sure what everybody's skill level is, or if everybody has equal skill levels. I think this is a good way to go. Also, Cheryls are always good to go for first. You want to get rid of that free healing. This is a good guideline to follow, and always just feel out everybody's skill, figure out who's the best person on the team, and who's the worst, and always go after the worst person on the team. The best player and the worst player will give you the same amount of experience when they die, so go after the weakest. Alright, and the second thing, whenever you get a down, always attack whoever is reviving the down survivor. They'll be unable to dodge you, and you'll progress the bleed out meter of the down survivor. The survivor with not a lot of time left on their bleed out meter will make you even more lethal in later fights because their need to be picked up will be even more urgent. Tip number 4. Attacking an alone character is always ideal as there is less defense and less people to hurt you. If you can secure this down, trap up the body and protect it from being revived. As a demon, you will earn XP when a survivor is downed, and more when they bleed out. If you can make the survivor spend time reviving a dead teammate at an altar, you have wasted a lot of their time and they will have gained nothing. Tip number 5. After losing a dagger or a page, try to find the survivors again immediately to keep putting pressure on them. Slow them down from finding additional resources. Don't let them heal up and replenish their ammunition. Constant and consistent pressure is key. You want to be using your boss as much as possible because they will put down the most damage and cost the survivors the most resources. Alright, and there we have it. Those are 5 tips to improve your Kandarian Demon gameplay. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Good luck out there.